Andrea Donsky, host of Soapbox Series here at Expo West 2024, and I'm with Bill Germano, COO of Enrich Foods. Welcome to Soapbox Series, Bill.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I want to start with, what is Enrich Foods?
Well, Enrich Foods is a manufacturer and marketer of specialty grains and organic products and so forth, and it's been around for a while. Our subsidiary in particular, Great River Milling, which is what we're exhibiting here, is our source to mill and market and so forth, and it's the brands we're talking about.
So what kind of things do you sell?
Stone mill bread flour,
okay.
Specialty flours, things like that. Beans and pulses, primarily organic.
Okay.
Although we do some conventional products and blends, hot cereal blends that are really just top-notch and nutritious, products like that.
So Bill, I know that you sell rice as well, and I know that's a very big thing for you, and when it comes to environmentally friendly rice and sustainability. And I didn't know this, Bill told me this before we started filming, is that rice puts a really big burden on the environment when it comes to growing it. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you're launching your sustainability initiative for the rice that you sell?
Well, and yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate that. Sustainability is very important to Enrich Foods, and because of that, we know that if there's a crop that really impacts the environment, it's just growing rice in flooded rice paddies, and you could just imagine the amount of water that takes, and then from that, a tremendous amount of greenhouse gases are given off. And it's interesting too, the fact that if something is sitting in that water environment a long time, then the plant absorbs things that it probably shouldn't, especially if we're really committed to making really nutritional foods. We have a couple of partners that we work for actually well over a year on. One of them is an agricultural technology company called AgriCapture, and the other one you probably heard of. It's the United States Department of Agriculture.
Yes, I have.
Is actually heavily invested in subsidizing this whole program.
Amazing.
It's fairly simple. It's just built around controlling the amount of water that comes in and comes out. It sounds simple, but there's a lot more to that.
I'm sure.
in the background. But our interest and the reason we're so motivated to do this is we know from this process we could greatly reduce water usage by almost half. It could be even more so with greenhouse gases, and control a lot of the bad things that get absorbed in the roots. So we keep it as pure as you can get with rice. So that's really important, and we think that one of the main things we could do to support the whole industry is to come up with ways that make this scalable and attainable to a broad amount of people. So in other words, it's not like a really expensive rice.
Oh, that's good to know.
So it could be relevant to a broader base, and it helps us support the farmer at the same time.
So Bill, I just grabbed the package, and when consumers are looking for Great River Milling in the store, this is what they're looking for. And
That's
it says sustainably grown rice.
Yes.
Right? So this is what they're looking for. I think this is really great to look at, and consumers will know that this is part of your initiative when they're buying this, right, that they're actually helping rice, they're actually helping the environment.
Yes. Yeah, and we recognize that it's a new product, and we're trying to help them understand this is the message, of course.
Right.
And we have other ways up to and including a QR code that connects. The more you want to know, the deeper we can go with information.
So the QR code takes them to more information?
It takes them to more information about the background, about the growing process.
Amazing.
And everything about it, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I think it's a great initiative, and it's a great way for us for consumers to feel like they're making a difference, because sometimes it's hard for us to feel like we're like one person, can we actually make a difference? But this buying sustainably grown rice can actually make a difference. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
My pleasure. Yeah, it's very bad. Thank you for the opportunity to explain it.
And thank you to all of you for watching our Soapbox Series interviews. Be sure to check them all out from Expo West 2024. Thanks for watching.